Greetings, Gogmagogs. Today we fib with the fibbers of Philadelphia and act suspicious with the slinkers of Shropshire. Only thing I'll say is, I messed up recording Kendra's audio for most of this episode, so please bear with me and give grace in trying times such as these. Of the Gazette right now.
It's Widowy Ghost of the Gazette. Widowy.
Hi everyone.
I'm Kendra.
And I'm Blake.
And this is
Ghosts of the Gazette,
where old news brings on new voices.
And where forgotten headlines come back to life.
It is December 15th, and it's my mother's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mother.
Happy birthday.
You better be listening to this. Episode 7.
The time is flying. I know we say that every episode. We're like, episode 6. Wow, things are going
7
crazy.
feels like a lot.
7's a lot.
Like 7 weeks.
Hey, shout out if you're listening
Shout
to episode 7 right now. You're a real
our best
one.
friends.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Today we are traveling back to the year 1975, and we will be talking about stories that take place in both Pennsylvania and Shropshire, England. Shropshire, England.
And boy, do we got some extras for you.
Oh, couple doozies. In
Boy.
the pipeline.
Okay, Blake. Well, I'm first this week. I like being first.
I
prefer it.
I like when you're first. I like
appreciate
being
that.
first. I think the person who's first always has to set the tone for the entire podcast, and it's
I
a lot of
agree.
pressure. And you handle that pressure incredibly.
You were so nice to me. Wow. All right, Blake. So for my story, I found this headline in a paper simply called The Reporter, which is just a Pennsylvania paper.
I like it straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
That's what it is.
The reporters are doing their jobs. The story takes us to a small neighborhood called Conshohocken. I nailed that.
Yeah.
In Montgomery County in Pennsylvania. It's about a 1 square mile borough, which is only located about 15 miles from Philadelphia.
Philly.
West Philadelphia.
Born and raised on Conshohocken. I spent most of my days.
The story is about 2 16-year-old girls, one named Tina Statuti and her friend Beverly Rodenbaugh, who were involved in a pretty brutal incident in May of 1975. So I am going to put a warning out for those listening at home that content is a bit touchy.
Yeah.
So, and it involves minors. So if just a forewarning for those at home. Tina and Beverly, they were 10th grade high school students of Plymouth Whitemarsh High School. Their families described them as the best of friends who loved to fill scrapbooks with ticket stubs and love poems and spend lots of time talking about boys, which is just regular 16-year-old girl stuff. Mm-hmm. But their lives were far from normal, as they were kind of caught up in a bunch of shady stuff, as we'll see.
Oh.
Yeah. One of the girls, Tina, was actually engaged to be married to a 22-year-old man named Larry.
She was 16, right?
She was 16 and he was 22, which, different time, but like still.
Yeah, different time, but not
still
that
not
different.
that different and brutal. She did return the ring to him though, which is good. But she did say, "Keep it. I'll probably be back." But I hope she was
At least she
planning on
knows
running
herself.
away.
Like that's kind
I
of
guess so.
Hey, you know what? Don't go returning this ring
No.
because honestly, I don't
might be
trust my
back.
own will.
The evening of May 19th, 1975 was a Friday night which started out as a normal night with the two girls hanging out at Tina's house. Tina's brother, John, 19, said that the girls asked for a ride to West Conshohocken to go see a friend who was beaten up, but he declined, and so they decided to walk. He said that they left around 6 p.m. and that they were supposed to be home around midnight, but that never happened, unfortunately.
So were they going to visit they were going to visit a friend who had been previously
who was beaten up. Yeah. 12:30 a.m. crept up and a call went into the fire department of a 50-foot trailer explosion and fire in Manayunk, which is also a small neighborhood in Philadelphia, which was about also 20 minutes away from where they were in Conshohocken.
Okay.
When the fire department got there, they found 2/3 of the trailer blown off, as well as a young girl crying for help 15 feet away from the trailer.
Oh, my goodness.
On the ground with third-degree burns over 90% of her body.
Whoa.
Yeah. Another girl's body was found in the fire, which you could guess is probably Tina and Beverly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beverly had survived the explosion, but was obviously in critical condition and sent to the hospital to get treated at a nearby burn center. But Tina was the one who died in the fire, unfortunately. The police were trying to piece together what had happened to the two girls, of course. And thankfully, Beverly was able to provide some answers in like bedside interviews, which was like quite amazing because she was in like
90% of her body just charred.
Charred, yeah.
Wow.
She was also able to piece together who was involved, which is very important to this whole thing. It was clear through these bedside interviews pretty quickly that it was revenge that was the drive behind everything.
Who revenged?
Which we'll get into.
Okay. Who revenged?
Beverly managed to name the two assailants. Robert Rigler, 20. Funny name.
Yeah, it sounds like a porn name.
It does, yeah. And Charles Stickle, which also sounds like a porn name. Robert Rigler was immediately arrested and held without bail, but Charles Stickle was still on the run. Beverly told them she and Tina met Robert and Charles on Friday night at Charles's place at the French Creek Inn in West Philadelphia.
Born and raised.
That Robert's father owned. So Robert's dad was Charles' landlord.
Okay.
The girls were then SA'd individually by the two men at his apartment before they were forced outside and into a green Chevrolet and driven into the city, where they were taken to a trailer parking lot. Once there, they were forced into a vacant trailer that was filled with cardboard and paper, and it was here that the girls were then stabbed by the two men.
By filled with cardboard and paper, does that mean they lined the walls
with
cardboard and paper?
That was just one small detail that I found in, again, like one newspaper. Yeah. But, I don't know. It's just like,
maybe they had just been packing or something.
Maybe,
like that.
or it was just, there was kindling. I don't know. To me, I was like, it's like kindling. It's kind of weird.
Strange.
Beverly said that she then remembered getting choked out by one of them, and as she was losing consciousness, she noticed the other pouring gasoline inside the trailer as well as on top of the girls.
This is so messed up.
It's brutal. Yeah, this one's brutal. When she regained consciousness, the truck was on fire and she herself was on the ground in flames, and a security guard was the one who heard the explosion and saw her calling for help and called the cops.
I can't even imagine this. This is crazy.
It's a crazy one. Sorry, this is right off the bat insane.
This is an insane
This
is an insane scene to come across if you're a police officer.
Totally, yeah. Oh, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
As for the motive, Beverly was able to give the police enough details that they suspected it was a revenge act for the beating of Robert Rigler's father, who, if you remember, was also Charles Stickler's landlord. And he was also, owner of the French Creek Inn. Robert's father's name was also Robert, but we'll call him Jaco. And he goes by Frenchie sometimes, but we'll call him Jaco. Robert's dad. Daddy Jaco. Jaco was badly beaten at a Bridgeport bar early in the morning as he left the previous Thursday morning, so a couple days earlier.
And this was probably the guy they went to go visit who had gotten beaten up, right?
Possibly, very possibly.
Okay.
The girls reportedly left that evening to go visit Jaco or talk to Robert and Charles on Jaco's condition, basically. Jaco had promised them jobs at one point, and it was said by family members that the girls knew exactly who beat up Jaco, but were choosing to remain silent. So they were like not telling people who it was, but they knew who did it.
Weird.
I know. Yeah.
And so, okay.
So it was kind of assumed that it was, one of their boyfriends or boyfriend's friends, or they're protecting somebody. When Jaco was questioned, he said he saw the two girls often hanging out with Robert and Charles, and that he saw no connections to his own attack and theirs, saying about 5 guys beat him up, and he came out with 26 stitches on his lip. All of his lower teeth were knocked out, and he had 5 broken ribs.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
That is a beating.
But then a hospital spokesman later came out and was like, he had like a small laceration of the lip and just got taped up.
Oh, interesting.
So possibly liar.
Yeah. So wait, was that like all his injuries? Was that him saying?
Yeah, he said that. Oh. And then the hospital spokesman was like, I don't think so.
Oh man, but you should have seen the other guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Jaco then said Charles was like a son to him. He would have maybe a beer or two, but always was in bed early. He said he hopes Charles will turn himself in. I don't think he did it, and I don't think Rigler did it, but who knows? I'm no judge. and the police had their job to do. If he doesn't turn himself in, he could get shot. I'd be sorry about that. He was a nice kid.
Sounds like a threat.
Yeah.
If he doesn't turn himself in, I'm going to shoot him.
I don't know. Won't be me.
Won't be me. Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. I got beaten up.
Someone's going to do
I
it.
got broken ribs. I can't shoot anybody.
Someone's going to do it.
Someone's got to do it. Almost a month goes by, and sadly, Beverly passes away on June 3rd. So she stayed alive for like 3 or so weeks.
Wow. That's even impressive.
Impressive, yeah. And the police had a lot to say about how they couldn't believe how much information they got from her in her state. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. She also went through amputation of both arms, her legs, and her ears. One of her eyes was also removed. Like, it was pretty brutal.
Yeah, I'm making a face. I'm making a face right now as like, oh, that's really tough.
Yeah, I feel for her. She really suffered. Before June 13th, Charles Stickle is finally found, and he was arrested on another charge of possessing stolen credit cards and driving a stolen car in Trenton, New Jersey.
These types of crimes a lot of times are randomly solved, like by a random chance of another crime, because criminals are going to commit crimes.
They're going to keep criminaling.
Criminals be criminaling.
They be criminaling, and then they get their fingerprints scanned. Yeah. And in this case, he got his fingerprints scanned, but it took like 3 or so weeks for the data to come back and be like,
it takes a little bit.
Hey, this is this guy. Yeah. I'll sum up some of the evidence now that Charles is locked up. So blood was found in Charles' apartment. They also found gasoline on jeans that belonged to him. They found a green Chevrolet in a used car parking lot that Robert's father, Jaco, also owned and operated. And inside of it was a smell of gasoline. Sketch. A detective also opened a manhole near the used car lot and found 2 women's handbags with IDs belonging to the 2 girls.
I like how it's like, well, you smelled like gasoline. Also, we found the IDs of the girls.
The IDs of the girls were there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the smoking gun.
But also, how did he know to look in a manhole? Unless it was like,
they do some
uncovered.
thorough. I mean,
guess. Yeah.
In my story later,
Yeah.
Police did both non-thorough investigations of an area, and then went back and did a thorough investigation of an area
and found some stuff.
So it's like
be thorough.
You gotta be thorough. You gotta open every manhole,
every hole, every hole. Man. Anyways,
open every hole in that man.
Another 16-year-old girl named Maureen, who was Charles's ex-girlfriend, testified that a gun that was found near the burned down trailer also belonged to him. So things were not looking so good for him. The fact that also Beverly said that he did it.
Lest we forget there's a witness saying these guys did it.
There's lots stacked up. Charles maintained his innocence, though, saying he was wrongly identified. Okay. Okay. As for Robert, he had been arrested right off the bat. He told police that he blamed the crimes on his buddy Stickle, saying he just sort of went along with it. He also testifies that he was beaten during his interrogation and forced to sign a false statement, which, could be true.
Just like his dad, he might be expanding the truth.
Fibbing a little bit
on his injuries.
Yeah, he might. Robert said that he and Charles bought beer, had sex with the girls, and later parked near the trailer. He said Charles led the girls away individually while he waited in the car. Robert then said that Charles told him that the girls were going to die and grabbed gasoline from the car. He said he refused to help and was ordered to take the car a few blocks away and wait.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Even if you then took the car around the parking lot, you're an accessory. He just told you exactly what he was going to do.
And you're like, okay, I'll just go wait.
Man, I can't believe I can't do anything about this situation.
Right? Yeah. As for Jaco, Robert's father, we are not done with him. He was arrested and had his own trial, and the prosecution was basically attempting to prove that Jaco planned the murders.
Oh, Jaco was like the mastermind.
The mastermind behind it. Beverly had some statements about Jaco during her final interview, but could only squeeze like hands for like yes or no. Oh. So the evidence wasn't really there enough to convict him. But a woman who lived at the French Creek Inn next to Charles testified that Jaco had asked her to hide Charles Stickle in her apartment after the incident, and he had offered her $3,000 and free rent to do it.
$3,000 and free rent.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big sum.
Yeah. She then said at some point Charles was in her apartment, so I think she took some money.
Yeah.
She also said that Charles at one point, after being in her apartment, had told her that Jaco said they should not take Robert along because he couldn't stand up under any pressure. Oh. So it sounds like Jaco and Charles were like, should we even take Robert? He's like
do it.
But it still wasn't enough to convict him, and he was acquitted of all of his charges. So I guess we'll never really know if he was behind it.
Jaco knows.
Jaco knows.
Jaco.
Go, Jaco, go.
Are you cheering for Jaco?
No, he got acquitted, so he has to go.
He has to go.
Yeah.
You must go, Jaco.
You must go, Jaco. Charles and Robert, though, were both found guilty. Charles on first degree and Robert on second, with a host of other charges, of course, like kidnapping, arson, conspiracy, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
When it was read aloud that Charles was guilty in court, he did not react and instead turned to his attorney and said, "We'll win it on appeal."
Yeah, because that always happens. Hey, don't worry about this.
We got
win it. We got him. We got him in the second half.
This is exactly where I want us to be right now.
They think that I'm going to jail.
They got another thing coming.
They got another thing coming. I'm winning it on appeal.
Yeah.
This open and shut slam dunk case against me, we're going to win on appeal.
We win. We're basically there. But ultimately, both of the men had 2 life sentences imposed on them. So that basically it would make sure that they would never get out.
Yeah.
As long as they were living. So
good.
Fast forward to an October 31st, 1977 column. Charles Stickle escapes from prison.
Wow.
I know.
The stickler. Holy crap.
He was at Graterford Prison, and he and another inmate went unnoticed while a garbage truck was loading up at the jail, which is crazy.
That
I know.
is crazy.
Himself and a guy named Raymond Buck McLeod, which is such a...
Raymond Buck McLeod.
I picture the guy from Back to the Future, like the jockey guy.
Biff Tannen.
Yeah, as soon as I read
Raymond
this guy's name.
Buck McLeod. Yeah, that's
I was like,
a real
that's definitely
Biff
a
energy.
Biff. Yeah. So him and Raymond, who was serving 12 to 25 years in jail for the beating and SA of a police officer's daughter who he picked up hitchhiking.
A police officer's daughter.
Yeah.
You're going to get the book thrown at you.
Yep. The 2 inmates were working at a power plant there at the jail, and around 9:45 that morning, they rode the inside of the back of the truck out of the prison.
Wow, just like that.
They jumped out around Trooper, Pennsylvania, which is only about 20 minutes of driving, and that is when the truck driver saw them in his rear view as they kind of jumped out. They also found their prison uniforms where they got out.
Wow.
A massive manhunt, of course, was underway, and helicopters, dogs, the works. And that was also Halloween night. So kids were supposed to be out trick-or-treating, but there was like an alert going out being like,
don't
2
go
escapees.
trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm sure the kids weren't very happy about that.
Oh, that would just ruin. And you don't care what the emergency alert is when you're younger. You're just like, why can't I go have candy? Hopefully they were able to trick-or-treat on a later date if these guys were caught.
Hopefully. I don't know. I'll have to do the research on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Circle back.
Okay. Circling back. The manhunt only lasted, though, 3 or 4 days, which is still like a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
On November 3rd,
well, yeah, I guess 3 or 4 days is a decent amount of time for them to be missing, but also in their minds, they wanted to be free forever.
Yes. Yeah, I guess so. But they weren't that far. They were getting caught.
Yeah, they were getting caught. They were only 20 minutes from the prison.
Yeah, exactly. They should have went further. I don't know. Although they might have been scared because
you never know. Truck.
You never know when the truck needs to make another deposit into the back of the truck.
Yeah,
and then you're getting squished because I think they do the squishy thing, right?
Well, I don't know. I didn't really look into.
I need to Google
1970s
how garbage trucks work. Yeah, so November 3rd, the men were caught when a call came in to 2 suspicious men lurking near a manufacturing plant.
It's funny how often people are caught for looking suspicious.
I know.
Like on
some people just.
The last story that I did, the guy was caught because he looked suspicious.
Yeah, some people just look suspicious.
Phantom Sniper was.
If I was a suspicious person, I would make sure I don't look suspicious.
You have a vibe. Well, then you'd be looking suspicious if you were trying to avoid suspicion.
I guess so. But I would just try to look as normal as possible if I was being super suspicious.
I assume these guys are really trying to look as normal as possible.
Yeah, they were quite disheveled, and they only had a couple of coins in their pockets. So they were probably really hungry, and they were pretty dirty and probably tired. And they were traveling with a hammer and a screwdriver.
The essentials.
That's all they had on them, which they probably were breaking into cars and stuff. But yeah, they were in rough shape. They didn't even really put up a fight, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, they just wanted to go back to jail.
And that is where the trail runs cold.
Wow, an exciting little jailbreak to end your story.
A little jailbreak. But I'm glad he got caught because I was kind of scared when I read that. And I was like, oh no, he went off to live a life. And
oh my goodness,
he's in Mexico living the dream or something. But
well, I'm glad those 2 girls found justice.
Yeah,
and that those guys were caught pretty handily, pretty quickly,
decently quick.
Yeah,
crazy.
All right, my story.
Whoa, Blake's story.
Blake's story, everybody applaud.
Finally, we've been waiting for this one.
All right, Kendra, I saw this week's story first reported in The Province, a newspaper out of Vancouver, British Columbia.
Ooh, Canada.
Yeah, go Canada.
We're back
But
in Canada.
this story does not take place here.
No, just kidding. We're not in Canada.
It was written about a man that had been terrorizing small villages in the UK for the past few years.
Everything happens in the UK.
A lot of stuff happens in the UK. They got a lot of people. They got a lot of history. They got a lot of pent-up aggression.
I guess so. But just everything happens in the UK. Just steer clear of the UK, everybody.
Everything happens in the UK. The headline reads as follows. UK police hold Black Panther suspect. Apparently, he was named for the dark hood he wore while carrying out his crimes.
Okay. So he looked suspicious.
He definitely looks suspicious, wearing a dark hood.
They gave
with
him a
mask.
name because he looked suspicious.
Yes, and he was committing crimes.
Did you just have one hoodie?
You have too many questions for
I
the beginning
know.
of this story.
We just started.
For today's story, we're going to go back a little bit, not to the beginning, but to a key moment in the evil career of the Black Panther killer. The date is January 14th, 1975, and the time is 1:30 a.m. And the place is the home of the Whittle family in Highley, Shropshire, a village in England.
Were they little?
The Whittle family. The Whittle family. The Widow family.
The Whittle family.
Was well off because they owned a coach bus company with over 70 coaches. They were very well known to everyone in the area. They were like, that's the rich family.
Yeah, that's a lot of coaches to have.
It's always like a pillar of the community that stuff happens to, hey?
Always, literally always, and always in the UK.
Miss Dorothy Whittle comes home after a night out with friends. As she came inside, she noticed her daughter, Leslie, 17, still awake in her room on the first floor, wearing her classic pale blue dressing gown. She wore that a lot.
Oh, okay.
No, just a dressing gown, like a nightgown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Leslie was around 5 feet tall, had brown eyes, brown hair that curled just over her shoulders and over her right eye. It was like her signature hairstyle.
I picture it.
Fun fact for our listeners, but Leslie was a student at a college in Wolverhampton. The scene of the curious case of the cattle dealer from episode 5.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Right, yes.
So there's a couple little locations. This happened like relatively close to where that last story happened, which is interesting. Mrs. Whittle continued up the stairs to her room where she went to sleep for the night. Leslie also had a brother named Ronald, but I didn't find very much on if he was living with them or...
He was just doing his thing.
Ronald was doing his thing.
Leave Ronald alone.
The next morning, a few hours later, Mrs. Whittle went to wake Leslie up for school. When she entered the room, Leslie was nowhere to be seen.
Oh, no.
After looking around the house for her daughter, Mrs. Whittle found a series of notes in a downstairs room of the house. The notes were made up on dino tape, which is basically one of those label makers where you like punch letters into plastic, like the red labels, like the vintage.
Those. I love those.
So it's that, but for really long ransom notes. Like they were like a yard long each. The ransom notes sought £50,000 for the safe return of Leslie and a threat to kill her if the demand was not met. They also told the family not to call the police and that Ronald should answer a specific payphone at a specific time for further instructions.
But where is Ronald?
I guess Ronald was there.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I didn't have...
Yes.
I wasn't like alluding to anything that I didn't know where Ronald was at the time of the disappearance.
I don't know.
He was probably living in the home. I just couldn't guarantee where his bedroom was situated.
Okay. I thought he was out of the picture.
But where is Ronald?
Where is he?
Anyway, obviously this sent them spiraling and they called the police immediately.
This is a tough one because I've heard these stories before and it's, if we were like super, super, super rich, I would be so scared.
I'd probably call the police too.
I'd be so scared of
I'd tell them to keep it on the low.
Yeah, but I'm saying I would be so scared of like our daughter or this ever happening to her.
Yeah.
You hear about it happening.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's scary.
I should also note here that Leslie's father, George, died about 5 years previous to this, at the age of 65. And they were an affluent family, right? So he had left them quite a bit of money. After the police arrived and assessed the crime scene, it was concluded that someone had broken in through the first floor window and entered Leslie's room. Along with Leslie, there was a lot of jewelry as well that was missing from the room. Leslie was described by neighbors as a very friendly girl that was just learning to drive.
So sad.
Yeah.
So young. 17?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Due to the nature of the crime, police quickly decided to keep a lot of details under wraps. But the media in the UK sometimes is very persistent.
Yes.
That's all I'll say for now.
Okay.
What took place over the next few days was very interesting. The Whittles had the ransom money, but the story was leaked to the media, obviously, as we're reading about it. And police believed this would have scared the kidnapper away from the predetermined telephone call. Like the papers were immediately, like later that day, reporting woman missing, ransom notes found, telephone call coming up. Like they were like giving all the details. Right. It was crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
This did not apparently deter the kidnapper from trying to call that payphone.
Okay.
But no one was there to answer. They were just like, he's probably not going to do it.
Wait, Ronald wasn't there to answer?
No, because the police were like, he's not going to do it now that
dumb.
it's been
You have to answer that call.
Just wait.
Oh, gosh. That's bad.
2 further attempts were to deliver the ransom were foiled as well. First by the media reporting that where the drop-off was going to take place.
Wow, the police really fumbled this one.
And the second...
And the family.
Yeah, it's insane. So the first one was by a leak to the media, and the media was like, the drop-off's going to be here. It's like, also, as the media member, are you insane?
That's insane. It's like crazy. They don't care if like she gets found. They're just like,
yeah, it's in the paper. They were literally like, he's going to like be at this place.
That makes me mad.
What's the point? And so, but this didn't like deter the ransomer, the kidnapper, from trying again.
They tried to do the drop off.
He's trying. Then he gets in contact with them again and says, "Okay, that didn't work. Go to this area," and then he gets scared off by a security guard in that area. So it's like nothing can kind of go right.
Wow.
After this failed drop, the kidnapper sent tapes to the Whittle family outlining where the next drop would take place.
They should say, smarten up. We're going to do it here.
That's what he basically did.
Stop telling the media
and
things.
On the tapes
That's so bad.
Was Leslie. She was reading the instructions to them. So it proved she was still alive.
Yeah.
I'm serious about this. I want the 50,000 pounds. Mm-hmm. Meet me at this place.
Just give them the money.
That evening came and went, and the exchange never took place. Ronald had followed the instructions to a T from the kidnapper, and it told him to go to Bathpool Park in Kidsgrove, Staffordshire. The time came and went, and the transaction never took place. Ronald was left waiting with 50,000 pounds in his possession. Scotland Yard conducted a search of the area, but found nothing. They moved along with no leads. What was insane is that if they had searched the area a little harder, then tragedy could have been avoided.
No.
Instead, what happened was horrible for Leslie, her family, and the village of Staffordshire.
No.
I know.
They dropped it.
They dropped the ball hard on this.
Oh, man. Okay.
On March 7th, almost 2 months later, and with no solid leads, it was after that failed drop-off that the kidnapper just stopped talking.
Okay.
The police returned to Bathpool Park to conduct a more thorough search of the park. When descending into a drainage shaft in the park, they found Leslie hanging.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, she had been dead for a while.
Oh, wow.
I won't go into the details of how she was found, but it is pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
It was interesting. She wasn't hung.
Okay.
It appeared to be some sort of accident, or she was pushed off of a ledge, and she was kind of like strangely propped up.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So sad. Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. So the autopsy confirmed that she had been alive when the police were there and that she had died shortly after. The labyrinth of underground passages under the park had also been a lair of sorts for the kidnapper. There was like a slew of evidence of leftover materials, and they found like a couple of fingerprints.
Like in the tunnels.
Tunnels. It was like a network of little tunnels.
Interesting. Okay.
Like picture like Pennywise.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm picturing actually, yeah.
By this time, the media had started to assume this was the work of the Black Panther, a killer that had terrorized England. He was a burglar, an armed robber, and a murderer.
Shocking.
So we're going to go back a little bit.
Okay.
In February and September, 2 separate incidents in 1974, the hooded Black Panther broke into multiple post offices in the middle of the night and shot down the postmasters that were working there. The postmasters were the guys that were in charge of the post office.
The master.
The master of the post.
Master of the post.
At some time, postmasters would live in the back of their offices with their families. Like they would have a house that's attached to the post office.
It was their job.
It was their job, their life, everything. About a month after that, so this would be October, he targeted another post office worker, this time coming all the way into his home. He shot the man in the stomach, but not before he was squirted in the eyes with ammonia.
That's what the guy did to defend himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just, I guess, had some ammonia, or I don't know.
Is that what we should do? Should we keep that by the front door?
We should just probably keep it well within arm's reach of any child.
Oh, yeah, that too, I guess. What's the harm?
What's the harm? The man took off his mask to rub his eyes just as the postmaster's wife walked into the room. Seeing what he looked like, the Black Panther beat her senseless, fracturing her skull in 3 places.
Gosh.
When she woke up in hospital, she had no recollection of what he looked like. She did make a full recovery.
Okay, good.
It was after these incidents that the Black Panther focused his sights on Leslie Whittle, and we know how that ended.
His sight? He has really bad eyesight after ammonia, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sorry, that was dumb. Go on.
I liked it. From here, we fast forward to Friday, December 12th, 1975, in Mansfield, Nottinghamshire. And Nottingham was famously what Nottingham is famous for. What fictional character living in Nottingham? Stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. What famous cartoon fox?
I was going to say Snuffleupagus.
Famous cartoon fox.
Literally, you told me not long ago.
Yeah. We're going to wait.
Really? We're going to be waiting a long time.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. Not Little Red Riding Hood, though, right?
Nope. 2 policemen were out for a patrol outside in the area around a post office and noticed a sketchy-looking man.
With a hood.
Suspicious. They approached him and stopped him for routine questioning, and that was when he pulled out his gun.
People do that.
Yeah, he pulled out a sawed-off shotgun and attempted to hijack the police car.
My Lord.
He was like, get out of the police car. They were like,
did it work?
Hey, are you... Nope. After a struggle and with the help of a number of men waiting at a bus stop, the police were able to arrest him.
Ah, good. People helped out.
I found a quote from one of the officers that was involved in the fight. Mm-hmm. It all happened very quickly, but I got the gun off him, and he was still struggling, and I had my left arm across his throat, and I began to hit him in the face with my left elbow, still clutching the shotgun with my right fist.
Wow. Go
So
off.
just like, boom.
Yeah. This guy was proud of himself.
Yeah. So then I grabbed him and then I hit him in the elbow.
Yeah.
And then
what else happened?
And then I grabbed him with the shotgun with my right fist.
And then what else? Good job.
The man was described as looking like a wild animal, and there is an insane photo that we can post to our Instagram of this man right after this altercation with police. He looks crazy. He's looking right in the camera, and he's so beat up.
This is the Black Panther, I'm assuming. So good.
Police brought him to the police station and took his fingerprints, and they matched the ones they had taken from Bethpeel Park. Just like that, the Black Panther's identity had been confirmed by a chance encounter with police. See, it's just like yours. It's just like a chance.
Yeah.
Someone over here, yeah.
So fun.
Enter Donald Nielsen, the Black Panther, 39, builder and carpenter of Grangefield Avenue, Thornbury, just outside of Bradford. Fun fact, I grew up in the Canadian version of Bradford.
Bradford, Canada.
Are
you also a serial killer?
Bradford.
Anyways.
Nielsen was married with a 16-year-old daughter, which is crazy because like Leslie was 17.
Same age. Yeah.
Same age.
Oh, man.
That's crazy that you can do that.
That's bad.
When his daughter was born, him and his wife changed their names from Nappy to Nielsen.
I would too.
Yeah. It was for fear of his daughter getting bullied the same way that he got bullied in school.
I feel bad now.
Don't feel bad for the Black Panther.
You're right.
For those of you who don't know at home, a nappy is a diaper.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that. I just gotta say it. I'm contractually obligated by Pampers to say a nappy's a diaper. And the best diaper in the game is Pamper Swaddlers.
Yes, shout out Pamper Swaddlers because those are...
Sponsor us.
We love you.
So Donald Nielsen was described as a loner. I found a headline that said, "The lifestyle of a loner." What's interesting in this case is I have a bunch of quotes about him from his neighbors because the media was just like, we got to know everything about this guy because he was a famous criminal.
Yeah.
Like the Black Panther had done many crimes.
Yeah.
19-year-old neighbor Howard Wilkie said his comings and goings were irregular and sometimes he would just be away for days at a time. And Howard's father said, I've not seen much of him, but when I did, he sometimes wouldn't even say good morning.
Wow, so these people are just watching his every move, though. Like,
it
get
felt
a hobby.
like it. There was another article that was like, he was always going out running. It's like, you guys just really didn't vibe with this guy.
Yeah, just go do your own thing.
But it's crazy to get away with all this burglary for years and like without your spouse potentially knowing about it.
Did she, though? Maybe she did.
I was shocked at the amount of stuff they found when they searched Donald's house. They had like a treasure trove of evidence.
Of just stuff that he's stolen?
They discovered a vast amount of guns, masks, gloves, and other weapons, all with direct ties to the Black Panther.
Then his mom definitely, his wife definitely knew.
Binoculars, gloves, briefcase, multiple hoods with masks with
Just
eyes
the
cut out,
ultimate
sawed-off
burglary.
shotgun. Like, he's got all of the stuff that was, like, reported to be with the Black Panther.
They got the right guy.
On July 1st, 1976, Donald Nielsen was convicted of the kidnapping and murder of Leslie Whittle.
Good.
Only a few weeks later, he was also convicted for the other killings. Nielsen was given 5 life sentences for his actions. After this, seemingly to prove a point, he was given 61 more years, 21 years for kidnapping, 10 for blackmail, and 30 years for a few extra burglary charges and for possessing the sawed-off shotgun.
Okay.
All sentences were to run concurrently, because if they didn't run concurrently, I think it would have been like 210 years.
Yeah, which just gets ridiculous.
Which,
at that
like,
point.
we can try, but
You can try it. That might be kind of fun for him.
could be. But this was not the end of the story.
Oh.
Irene, Donald's wife, actually went to prison for about 12 months as well.
Yeah, duh.
Turns out she did know some of what her husband was doing. When Donald hadn't come home after being picked up by the police that night, Irene had apparently burned a bunch of postal orders that Donald had stolen. These are like certified checks, essentially, that you could just fill out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So sketch.
In Irene's defense, Donald was a certified psychopath, and it was said in her defense that she was, quote unquote, almost hypnotized by the Svengali-like power of her killer husband.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's iffy because
Yeah.
he was like declared a
Yeah.
sociopath or a psychopath. Donald Nielsen remained in prison until his death in 2011. All in all, it was estimated he committed 400 burglaries
Oh
and
my
thefts
gosh. That's insane.
in his 10-year career.
What?
Yeah. He started small, but eventually worked his way up. And
It's
became
honestly
more
impressive,
dangerous.
really, because
Yeah.
400 and he didn't get caught.
Yeah, it's 40 burglaries a year, and like high-profile burglaries, like enough that you are a known burglar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He must have been
his
making
wife's
bank.
never like, you got a lot of,
You got a lot of stuff.
you got a lot of stuff. Where'd we get all this stuff? And basically,
Well,
I
she
think
knew all of
later
it.
I saw an article that said that he had started doing it to like supplement his income, which is like, oh, it's his side hustle.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah. Well, I just did it to like, make some extra cash on
I
the
was
side.
bored.
Ray Wagg, a detective on the Leslie Whittle murder, said in an interview when describing Donald Nielsen, "You do what he tells you to do, otherwise you die. He was a determined man in that anyone who challenged him died." And that's kind
Straight to the point.
yeah, and that's
Don't challenge this guy. He was a scary dude.
a scary dude, and that's kind of what ended up
glad he was-
happening. And
I'm glad he was caught and off the street because that's pretty brutal.
yeah, it was insane, and it kept escalating too.
Yeah, I
It
bet.
just kept going up, like ransom. Yeah,
Like he probably started small, breaking into a couple cars, and then he's stealing some kids.
yeah.
It's
In his not me coming into in his defense that they laid out.
Okay, yeah.
He said that it had been an accident that Leslie Whittle had been killed, which of course you're going to say that.
Yeah,
But
of course.
the defense also laid out proof that he had tried to keep her alive, like the tapes, and he really wanted that $50,000.
Yeah, it's a
But
big
he
paycheck.
apparently got spooked that night at the park when he ghosted Ronald. He got spooked by like a courting couple. Like there was a couple making out in the park or something like that, and he was like, "No, I'm not
leaving.
doing it. I'm leaving." And then that's when people thought that he left and waited for the police to do their search and leave, and then he came back and pushed her down the shaft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's insane. That's a crazy story.
that's my story.
Wow.
And now it's time for
Extra, extra. Read all about it.
Play the Sound.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Blake and Kendra got a couple little fun little tidbits they found while researching their stories that they want to share with you.
Okay, so my first extra, extra says mayor's age ploy fails to pay off for kids.
Okay.
Utica Mayor Edward Hanna thought 9-year-old Thera Huffman would be a good worker, but she wasn't old enough to get her working papers. The mayor fixed that, issuing an official proclamation that she was 16 years old.
Weird.
The city's, yes, very weird. The city controller's office, however, didn't buy it and withheld Thera's $84 paycheck earned by selling popcorn and soft drinks at a citywide park
He was
area.
like doing a nice thing. How old was she again?
9. Yeah, so nice.
I, as the mayor, hereby declare you are 7 years older than you are now.
That's insane. Miss Huffman was a better worker than some of the adults, said Hannah, a self-made millionaire. She always had a smile on her face. In Europe, where they have very little crime, okay, we just disproved that in the UK.
Okay.
Kids start working at the age of 7 or 8 and they get responsible jobs, working in fancy hotels and restaurants, Hannah said. It's a much better system. Dude, that's so sketchy.
That's so weird.
He just lied to the government
It's
that
honestly,
a 9-year-old is 16 years old. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. It's
It's
also
a bad one.
you know
It's a
what?
bad look.
It's a bad look. It's kind of sweet.
No, it's not kind of sweet. She's 9.
She wanted to work.
It's called underage working. What's it called?
She was just selling popcorn and drinks in the park.
No.
It's no different than a lemonade stand.
No, can't have it. Cut him out.
Okay. Mine is an ad that I found in the Province newspaper. Happiness is a hairless brush. Take a good look. And then it's a cartoon man,
Oh,
eyeballing himself in the
is
mirror.
it a balding thing? Anyways, go on.
Why would you say that? Is it because I'm bald?
Yeah, that's why I said it, because you're bald. You have a hairless brush. Go on.
Are you finding more and more hair on your brush? Does your hair lack its old, strong texture and luster? Dryness or excessive oiliness are also danger signs of premature hair loss. Why wait until someone else notices your problem? Hiding or ignoring them will not correct them. Your hair problems are our business. Our continuous growth is living proof of our success. Harvard's new clinical and home treatments have produced remarkable results within 1 month. All consultations are private, separate treatments for men and women. No appointment necessary. Just tear out this coupon, produce it at our clinic for your free consultation and trial treatment anytime during the month of December. And then it's a cute little Harvard hair scalp coupon for free treatment.
Okay, but what's the treatment? I don't think it's said in there at all.
No, not really.
No, not really.
They just, hey, we'll treat you.
We got you.
We're going to put some
We got
spit
you, bro.
shine on that.
I'm gonna slap some paint on there.
Yeah, no, we got you. Yeah. No.
For sure.
It's,
This is definitely a clinical thing.
It's Harvard hair I can't say Harvard hair scalp.
Harvard
Harvard
hair
hair
scalp.
scalp.
Wow, even I can say that, and I can't say many things.
That's true. You can't say many things.
Not many.
What's your next one?
Okay, for my second extra, this is just a small little segment.
Love it.
Is the object to cook it before you can say it? Kirby, Texas. Residents of the San Antonio suburb have decided to sponsor an annual chili cook-off. Fun. The contest, set for Sunday, is nothing new in a state where chili cook-offs are about as usual as dinner time. but its name attempts to make up for its lack of distinction, which they must have so many chili cook-offs. Like, what is
one for
happening
every
over
dinner
there?
time,
Every dinner
basically.
time, basically, is what they said. But yes, its name attempts to make up for its lack of distinction.
Okay.
They're calling it the first annual, unofficial, semi-organized Kirby, Texas chili cook-off, an all-day meeting under the sun with liberty and justice for all.
It's Michael
That's the
Scott's.
entire
It's
name.
Michael Scott's fun run race for rabies awareness for the cure.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
That's so funny. The first annual unofficial semi-organized Kirby, Texas chili cook-off, an all-day meeting under the sun with liberty and justice for all. I
Correct.
love adding with liberty and justice,
Justice
for
for
all.
all.
With liberty and justice for all.
Just a little fun tidbit. At
That
the
should be
end.
the end of every event.
Yes,
It should
I
be
agree.
like the Jonas Brothers live in concert with liberty and justice for all.
I totally agree. All right, you go ahead.
All right. Princeton admits goof, will admit 2 rejects.
Uh-oh.
Princeton, New Jersey. What do you say to 2 high school students who were accepted at Princeton University by mistake? You accept them and admit your goof. According to the university admissions office yesterday, they accidentally sent 2 students acceptance letters last month when they should have been rejected.
That's hilarious. And those people are so lucky.
I'm glad it didn't like name the people, being like, "You're too stupid to come here."
Yeah, I wouldn't want my name in the newspaper like that. But yeah, well,
There's a quote in here. The secretary must have grabbed a letter from the wrong pile, said Spencer J. Reynolds, associate director of admissions. The students who were not identified will be admitted to the Ivy League school freshman class. Neither student has decided whether to accept. More than 2,000 letters of acceptance and nearly 7,000 rejects were mailed out last month.
2,000 versus 7,000.
2,000 acceptance, 7,000 get out of here.
That's a lot of rejects.
They
were so lucky.
It would be so funny if they went there and like just think about the life trajectory, the difference of like you're going to one school versus going to
especially
another.
Princeton.
Especially Princeton.
It's a nice school. I'll say it.
Very nice school.
I'm not afraid to say it.
I didn't go to Princeton, but I sure as heck wouldn't have minded.
I wonder how often that happens. Or like used to happen back in the day.
It probably happened a decent amount.
It must have. When you have like 2,000, 7,000, that's like, I don't know what the math is. Like
at what point are
9,000?
are you like overcorrecting by publishing about your mistake, being like, listen, if you see some dumb Princeton grads in the next few years, it's not our fault. We had a couple of people going through here and they weren't the sharpest tools in the shed, but like we had to keep them in.
Oopsie.
That is our episode for today.
It totally is.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Ghost of the Gazette, where we will be posting
clippings
and photos
from today's episode.
And subscribe to us on YouTube at Ghost of the Gazette. You can also follow us on TikTok, support us on TikTok, donate to us on TikTok.
Give us money on TikTok.
Also, make sure you're rating and subscribing on these podcast platforms.
Yes, please.
Please rate and review.
Rate and review.
That really does help us.
It does. It totally does.
Discovery.
Next Monday, we're back in time. We're going back to 1910.
December 22nd, 1910.
Exactly. And let us know in the comments if you would call the police if your family member was taken by a kidnapper
and held for ransom. And they said, don't call the police. Would you call the police? Because that's a genuine dilemma.
And we're definitely not trying to kidnap anybody. For sure, we're not trying to kidnap anybody.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get people's,
Everyone keep your guards down.
Keep your guards down.
Keep your guards down.
Don't
We're
call
not
the
trying
police.
to kidnap you. Don't worry about it.
Anyways, let us know.
Thank you again for stepping back in time with us.
Until next week.
Bye. Ghost of the Gazette is written, produced, and haunted by Blake Garbe and Kendra Clark. Original theme by Kelly Steinhoff.